Hey, you two, it's your boy Domination. This is Back of the Basics. Chuck of the Deuces, how we do Texas Band. Man out Dallas back. You know what it is, know what it is, know what it is, know what it is, know what it is. The only place you're gonna get it is right back of the base. Chuck of the Deuces, how we do Texas Band. Man out Dallas back. You know what it is. Real man rise up, fake man rise down. Real women rise up, fake women rise down. Practice what I preach and preach on. All right. If you one of those people who worship sex, drugs, and violence, this is for you. But if you're not one of those people who don't worship sex, drugs, and violence, this is not for you. But for those who do, this is one for y'all. Let's talk about certain things, certain different types of three measurements of this topic right here. All right, and this is volume 1 of sex, drugs, and violence. All right, and let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me, girl, and along with bopping and how we and have a sexual fantasy, girl. Let's talk about sex. You know what it is, fellas. If you tell a girl that let's talk about sex, let's talk about sex, all right? Now, I want to say this to ladies and fellas. Let's talk about sex, all right? Shall we? It's sad. Sex can be good. Without sex, man, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be here as fellas if it wasn't for women. Women wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us men. Sex can be a good thing. It could be a bad thing at the same time. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I want to address this problem right here. I really do want to address this. Why is this that every time when people, all you hear about sex. That's all you hear about. That ain't nothing. There's just something about this problem. That's what I'm trying to get at. Why is it always about sex? That's all you want to hear about. But you would never hear about love. You never hear about that. Cause my mom and dad come from the 70s. They the baby boomers. They come from a different time in that era when everybody was talking about into love, into relationship, family, and all that stuff, and grow old. You got couples been together for 47 years or 75 years. I wish I'd been in a relationship with a woman that can grow old with, but it's sad you don't have that because it's a different era, different day, different year, different time. And I'm going to tell you, everybody has sex, but the problem is they never get satisfied to the person they want to be shared with the rest of their life. And that goes with men and women. But a lot of that is men's fault because we always taught, since as men, you know how fellas, I know you hear this from your fathers, that how many women you got. That's the man version of justified what a beneficial of you as what a manhood is. This is from a woman's perspective. Do you got a girlfriend? I know they heard this stuff from that, not only from their mothers, but their fathers as well. A lot of that's our fault because we feel like we got to have sex deep down inside. It makes us feel like, man, if that's why men have sex with every woman every different night, because they think that's being part of a man was about. But nationality, it kind of does in some things, but really it's not. To me, being a real man, provide and protect and protest. That's a real man, not the ones the guys they got today, who wimpy and chumps and wimps, a pussy, thug blamers and pussy beggars, or you know, and I'm gonna tell you like this: club debate, club popping, masturbator. You could say that a whole nine. But I'll tell you this: it's so sad, man, that it's always, you know, the base. I mean, beneficial what a manhood is, and women. Y'all have a downfall of this too, because women use sex for their secret of weapon that of amount of choice, how they can get a lot of men distracted with. I ain't gonna lie, women good at this. Women have good at this, to use sex as a weapon. Not all women, but most women. Quite a few women use it for the good reason somebody can spend the rest of their life with. Just like men, you got men out here don't want to be with a lot of women. They would just want to be with one woman in their life, a one woman man. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's sad, man. Women, y'all the choosers. Y'all know what the kind of man y'all want, who y'all find interested in, and who y'all don't find interested in. When you see a man and a man see you, you come near him, he come near you. Fuck all that chasing and running cat and mouse and cat and dogs. Fuck that. It's about when a man and a woman knows their place. If a woman know her role, men know his role as well. Women being feminine and men being masculine, not too masculine. Women can be feminine, not too feminine. But it's sad. But she gotta have a amount of her own strength at the same time. And men can be sensitive, not too sensitive. See, it goes both ways. That's when it comes from a time. What happened to men and women used to hold hands and tell each other, I love you, baby. I love you too. What happened to that? Where is the love? There's no rehabilitation of love anymore. And it's sad about that. It used to be you share it with one partner you could spend the rest of your life with. Now you can share with a whole different amounts of partners. It ain't about that no more, because they let lust come in the home and outside of the home, destroying the value and good morals of the family. And that's what was not supposed to happen. I say both men and women are both at fault, and they got to take responsibility for their actions and what they bringing in. But see, when I was coming up, I used to hate women for shit, but I'm not. At first, I was ashamed being a man. And the reason why I'm not saying I'm not proud of being a man. I am proud, but too many of us making the same amount of mistakes to our fathers, our great-grandfathers. They keep making mistakes. I understand we're not perfect. Same thing, women. You got women, they keep making the same mistakes because their mothers and their grandmothers, they allow it to happen. Now what was happening? Now they worrying about the next generation come after for them. They better explain everything what goes on in this today's society, how the system works, how the people work, and how the world, how can rehabilitation, how the world connected, and how the world works in the global scalement. You can say that much, but they allow it to happen. It ain't about love anymore. It's about lust now. It used to be love and love, and now it's lust and love. But they use love. They use sex is a confused love. They think love is sex. No, the only thing that is love. You love to have sex with every person that you ever meet. You don't look at personality. You look at physical. You got too many physical penetration. Penetration for the men to thinking like that and women think like that. You got too many men be judgmental, and got women too many women can be superficial. It goes both ways and goes hand in hand. So men and women better figure out a way how they're going to fix this generation, because otherwise it's going to keep rehabilitating to all destructive and not to revive it, not to conquer, not to produce of inside of the home, outside of the home, and marriage. That's why lust need to be with lust and love need to be with love. But lust and love, no, it don't match. That's why the good man and the good woman need to be together. The bad man and the bad woman need to be together. The asshole and the disrespectful and nasty woman, they need to be together. They ain't got to worry about this madness. It's a madness, our world, and they allow it to happen, and nobody ain't saying nothing about it. When you point this thing in this as amount of hypocrisy out, they get mad, they get angry. Nobody wants to talk about this. They just all pretend like nothing ain't expectation to happen, but it's happened right in our face, and we sit there and we don't do nothing. We ain't nothing but nations of cowards. The only thing the person that you have a love, a benefit with you and that person is you found the love you can share it with. I hope I can have a family. I hope I can have a kid or a wife. But I'm afraid that I'm living in a world it's not going to happen. Because you got too many women being superficial and you got too many men being judgmental. That's the problem. They want everybody to be miserable because they are miserable. If I can't be happy, you can't be happy. If I can't have that, you can't have that. But what gives them any the right that you need to get off your ass and do something about it, because you can't stop everybody's happiness. That's why I tell men and women, don't let men or, don't let men or women, fellas, don't let your friends, your homeboys, or your dogs or whatever, and I ain't gonna let my friends, my fellas mess up my happiness with my woman. They should have their own woman. I ain't gonna let my family and my loved ones mess it up, or myself mess it up. You keep that person happy. She keep you happy. You keep her happy. Women, don't let your girlfriends, your so-called girlfriends, or your true girlfriends destroy your happiness. Don't let yourself, and don't let your family and your friend and your loved one and yourself mess that up. Because people will do it. That's why people wandering around being miserable. No wonder they just be fucking each other just for the hell of it. Men don't care about the woman don't care about the man. They just have sex, just do the fuck out of it. But what about making love somebody you can be with the rest of your life? People ain't making love no more. People don't even hold hands. Visitism really killed of come from family household. They really killed it. And lust. And he man and hate his woman's club. They both allow it to happen. But the question is, it's nothing what we could do, but how we can do. What can you do about it to make some change for yourself? The only thing to share one person, you can have somebody to share it with. Sex ain't nothing, but love is something that you always cherish forever to last more. All right? And let's talk about drugs. You got people who can't rehabilitation to kick that habit. You got a lot of people on drugs. They all kinds of drugs. But you got two types of drugs. You got the undescription of store drugs when you get sick or something like that. If you have a hard time sleeping and all this other stuff, it can help you to get through the day and rehabilitation of your energy. And then you got unlimited drugs that's really not good for you. It's not good for your health. It's not good for your body and your soul and your spirit and your heart. It's not good at that. But a lot of people have problems. They run away from problems. Everywhere you go, your problems always catching up with you at the end of the beginning and the beginning to the end. You're gonna have to learn to face the rehabilitation of that problems that you have to face, because all that doing drugs is not gonna solve anything and make your body damage your body, that wear yourself out. It's not gonna solve anything. For all you folks out there who do weed, cocaine, heroin, crystal meth, you do all kinds of drugs, man. People never stop bringing drugs out here. They'll never stop bringing drugs out here because drugs make too much money. Drugs make too much money. We ain't got to get on there how the drugs brought here. We already know why drugs came out here in the United States and brought it to over country to the United States. Or the United States, there's no drug for overseas, but only the United States. All you got to do is do your research on why drugs came out here. Look at that Freeway Ricky Ross rehabilitation of drug trial, and how he was set up and how they used him as a downfall on that. And he brought himself onto that. And everyone else, do your research. But people, if you're on that drug, men and women, lay off the habit. Keep yourself strictly healthy, clean. Keep it clean, man, and keep it in it to your life, and the life granted a lot more. And all right, and let's talk about violence. You got a lot of people died of violence. Some people died of gun violence, gang violence, sex violence, drug violence. I mean, all kinds of violence. People died from it. Violence been around for 10,000, 5,000, 8,000, 20,000 years. To BC to AC to BC. Before in the era Christ, after before Christ. It's sad, but in ancient amount of centuries, it's been around since between Hades and Zeus to Jesus to Lucifer to Moses to Moses to Pharaoh. It been around to Brutus to Caesar. It been around. Violence been around. When it all occurred, but when it all occurred, it need to be handled in a way. Fight your own battle. Fight in another day, another day, another live, another learn. Because they don't do it. If you're not a man or woman, can't take an ass whooping as a man and a woman, ass and woman, and wear it off. If your mom and dad will bring a authentic belt and whooping your ass, you would shoot your mom and dad. You probably would, but I know you wouldn't because you wrong. Because you would take an ass woman from your mom and daddy. If you could take your ass woman from a grandma's hand and a grandfather's hands, you could take your ass woman for a man and a woman. They don't want to do it because you got too many bitch-made men and bitch-made women. And there's a lot of them running around. No wonder why they got guns and knives. No wonder. Because they're afraid that if somebody whoop their ass, they're getting assaulted. And people do not like to be in public embarrassment. They don't like that. Especially men. Oh, my God. Women. I mean, especially men. That's why I'm trying to, not women, especially men. Men, us as men. Now, I'm not like that because I'm not bitch man because I could take an ass whoop and they can take an ass whooping from me. Or we can have a rehabilitation of combat conversation. And then do it in a way that a respectable manner. You respect me, I respect you. But you got a couple of guys don't want to do that. And as soon as they get their ass whooped, but the worst thing of all, bitch-made men cannot stand. They hate to get their ass whooped in front of the girls, in front of the fellas, but roast about the front of the girls. Oh my God, they're not gonna stand for it. Watch out, cause one of his boys like, man, you gonna let that dude do you like that, man? Get that motherfucker, grab that AK Uzi and spray everything around the block. They will do that, and women would do it too. If somebody whoop her ass and cutting her hair off and cutting the pieces, she gonna start grabbing gravitation of amount of aridity of liquor and crack that bottle and cut that bitch face open. It will happen. I'm telling you. You got too many bitch-made men and bitch-made women. We need to separate with them and put them out of their own misery. Let their karma get the best to them. That's their problem. They the only ones who don't want to see this world changing. They the only ones, and that's their damn problem. They want somebody else to carry on in their feet all the time, but they can't even carry their own 2 feet. Where the bad people would go if it wasn't for the good folks? Their asses still be in a ring of fire. They ain't got nowhere to go. I can't stand them for the shit they do. They want to practice what they preach, but they can't practice their own home unless you're a Satan. You believe you are God. You want to do what you wanted to do. The only way you're gonna do what you want to do is do what you want to do, and nobody gonna tell you anything. You got to tell yourself. The only way you're gonna stop people do what they want to do, they gotta stop everybody, stop themselves, and that's when they gonna start doing what they supposed to do, because they know certain people ain't gonna let them get on their way all the time. When you get in a certain age, you get too old for that. You got to learn to live life and live and let live. Life got to go on. It got to keep everything going. Life got to go on, man. That's the problem. That's the problem with Christianity, and that's the problem with Satanism and Luciferian as well. Both religions are both full of bullshit. I'm spiritual. Don't get me wrong, but you got people. You got you got people who organized religion can't even practice what they preach, but they can't preach in their own home. They got a lot of nerve. How you gonna preach God and money, but you can't preach God and money? One of my dad's family is more preaching than they is. He worship God instead of worship money, and give things back what the people what they want to granted and they want everything, and not take a less to granted. Folks, man, if you in that violence, man, lay off the violence, stay out of violence, stop the violence everywhere, and save humanity. Let's have the love will live on, and love will all that you need is all that you keep. All right. And this is Sex and Violence, part one. Part one. And I know y'all gonna watch this oil. And and what I'm trying to get at. I know you watching right now, Sex, Drugs, and Violence Part 1, and y'all gonna watch gold and oil and gold and oil and drugs part 2. All right, stay right on tune because we ain't going nowhere. All right, and that's till then. Stay right on tune. All right, all right, all right.